I don't use it. I was just like, what do you want me to say? Netscape?
Netscape Navigator, yeah. AOL browser.
Opera. Oh, wow. What have we
See,
done here
this is what
today?
happens when you let people choose their modifiers.
All right, look closely.
Is this a rematch though? Didn't we have something? We played some of these before, didn't we? With these crazy modifiers.
Yep. I mean, these are always interesting. They're fun.
Mhm.
They might not be, tournament legal, but it's still amusing to see how people deal with this kind of stuff. All right, Warwick, what are you doing here?
He's calculating pretty deep in the move tree there.
Yeah, switch it on over to getting some shock damage over on the warrior over time. So that's going to deal, like 12 damage over time. Not bad for not having to do too much there, other than, placing down the totem.
Yep, and totem in the middle is always worth it.
Yeah, definitely. The unfortunate thing for for totem right here is that there is no place that they can really go without getting hit before they can take another turn. Unfortunately.
Mhm.
So that's just how it's working right now. Looks like we are attempting to Maliv is looking to slow down Warwick's side there. Getting some stun module in, pushing some characters back. Yeah, it's going to be difficult in the beginning here because it's counting down pretty fast, especially when there's a lot of characters in the battle. It's very difficult for one character to get more than one turn before they can switch out of that zone. But as there's less characters, there's less turns going on before that character can go again, so this will eventually slow down, but will still be rather hectic in the meantime.
Yes, indeed. I'm trying to remember, was there something before which ended up reducing the number of terrains? Like something stopped them spawning in some situation?
Oh, I don't know. Was that putting a different terrain down on top of it, or was it so that I believe it
Oh,
was
it was like
that it
traps
couldn't.
and stuff, right?
It's either
Certain things
that or even the totems as well, because I don't think it can spawn in I don't think these can spawn in the same pile that a totem is in. So we might cut down on the numbers there by one. I was going to say, Maliv's Ranger could potentially move down to a couple of spots there in order to, if a couple characters get knocked out relatively soon, then maybe that Ranger will not take damage. But we'll see what happens.
Some debris happening here. Looks like for both of our totems. Oof.
Trying to protect that totem as much as possible for the time being, but we'll see what happens here.
I mean, getting off a system overload would be pretty sweet.
Oof.
I mean, Inspire would have really helped out Maliv here, maybe to do something like a system overload, but
That's
the
true.
warrior is so slow that.
Yeah, that's true.
And being dragged back down by that totem also.
Yes. Oof. I don't know. Totem's having a hard time right now. Not exactly sure if they can survive until next round. It's still a very tanky Shio right now, so plenty of time to get some, to work on some kind of plan. Even though Shio is very slow in comparison to some of these other characters. Looks like that's gonna do it for Totem. However, Warwick's Ranger isn't that far behind, so...
Nope, not looking too hot. They may get a turn in here, though, depending on how the defense pans out.
Alright, they get one more round. Malieve's Ranger should have no problem taking out Warwick's. I don't think there's a situation in which that Ranger survive. Well, I mean, evasion's a thing, so...
Yeah.
So we'll see if Malieve can pull this one off here.
Is it worth doing like a delay focus thing here? Going for explosive round, maybe?
I mean, yeah, that could potentially work. Kind of remove all doubt from this. I mean, explosive round could be pretty damaging at this point. Delaying turn would also shift up the turns so that that debris will definitely hit Warwick's totem. Well, maybe? No, it won't, because it'll still be one round, so it would advance the clock on the other characters.
It looks like she's going for it. So I'm assuming an Inspire is going to come from the warrior, unless there's another plan here which I haven't seen.
Yeah, perhaps. It's going to depend on where Warwick's totem goes at this point. If that totem moves into an area in which it is still well lined up for an explosive round, then explosive round is probably the right choice. But if they don't line it up there, then not sure exactly what the right answer is.
None of the tiles look great. I mean,
no.
there's a tile with the 6, but that's in explosive round territory.
Yep. Yeah.
Might be able to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the 5s, maybe. They might still be able to avoid the debris.
Yeah, that's true. Either a 5 or a 6 is probably what they're going to need to do. So we're going to do a 6. So it looks like there is going to be an explosive round in Warwick's future here. Unless Malieve has some other plans up her sleeve. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, focusing up. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Prepping for a Shio attack. Ooh, okay, okay.
Interesting. Letting the ranger... Oh,
Just
actually, the debris is probably going to take them out. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It took me a second. I'm like, oh no, what's happening? Falling debris should come down. Done. Right.
That was even more efficient. So the delay turn got an extra turn in, which dropped the debris on the ranger and allowed Malieve to focus, do a bit more focus damage with the explosive round.
Yep.
Very nice.
It's looking a little tighter now. I mean, Malieve's health is a little bit concerning at this point, but Totem should... Totem's not really able to take a lot of hits, so...
Yeah, there's maybe some confusion with how delay turn interacts with debris. The thing is, even though it's called delay turn, you've kind of already started your turn when you select delay turn, right? So they kind of are two. It's more like abort this turn now and like take my next turn sooner. That's actually kind of how it functions mechanically. I don't know if there's another way to do that because stuff's going to trigger at the start of your turn before you even select delay turn. So it's not like we can, what's the word? Undo that, like
Yeah.
retcon. That's what I was going for. It's not like we can retcon the stuff at the start of that turn where you choose to delay.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if it's just a thing where we can just call it something different, because delay turn does trigger a few things that have to do with the turn order. They're like kind of taking like a fraction of a turn basically, but like not actually doing anything. I don't know if there's like some other things that we could like call it something different, and then it could be less confusing in terms of like, oh, but I thought I wasn't taking a turn and all that kind of thing. I don't know. All right, getting a little bit more debris. Oh, that poor totem. Pummeled by debris. All right, just laying down that pressure release. Looks like it's probably gonna do it.
Yep, doubling down on taking out the warrior.
All right, we got last one standing. Good news for the ranger. However, the ranger is not in evasive mode and is also going to be taking some falling debris damage, so this might not. This might be. This might be close to the end here. Looks like that's gonna do it.
Yeah, the massive difference of not being able to get much utility out of totem in the first couple of turns.
Yeah. Yeah, totem's definitely a long game character, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool. Who's next?
Yeah, anyone who wants to play, just slap an invite into the fight club there. Yeah,
It was quite chaotic. There was a lot of tactical optimization there with the turn order.
Definitely.
We're looking okay, not looking too rusty after the holiday. There was some sneaky stuff going on there.
Definitely true. What's the Jason, what's the other crazy map? Was it all poison, all acid, whatever we call it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's something else we can add in upcoming patches, is just a few more terrain variations. So,
yep.
I mean, if people have really specific terrain layouts they want to play, we'll throw them in there.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm not averse to doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever wants to hop in with Malieve there, feel free.
When do you see them? Do you not see them when you're picking characters and formation?
You can always try again and see if it is there. You should be able to. I mean, you can always try again.
Yeah, I mean,
Should-
Roryx, if you want to jump back in with Malieve for a
Yeah. See if you get
rematch.
that crazy one or the other crazy one. Oh, Paul's in? All right, cool. I'll hop on over to that. Cool.
I feel like we need to do something to Paul's avatar here. Like, look
I
how
was gonna say, yeah, like Believe's like set there is so like decked out. It's like that's kind of great actually. So many things going on over here.
I mean, we have the coveted dev team star, of course, but
That is true. That is true.
Malieve's got the banhammer there now.
That's another thing that I haven't really 100% thought about was spectator mode. That works. How that works within the new UI. Do you think it will be just similar to this, or I'm curious how that would really work? Or you can only spectate once the game has actually started, maybe.
Yeah, the other thing is to kind of have the lobby. Because right now, yeah, it leaves you on that screen with the name tags, but
Yeah, that's true.
we could do something like show you once the teams are locked in, or even once the formations. I suppose once the formations are locked in, it starts. We could show you the teams when they're locked in, for example, or which.
That's true. Yeah.
Where they are, like in the flow, in the kind of pre-battle flow.
I'll mark that down as an additional screen that needs to happen.
More work for yourself. Okay.
It's fine. I was gonna do that today anyway. So. Okay, my life is documents and spreadsheets and workflow diagrams.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got speed up and a health drop there. Leave opting to speed up that warrior a little bit.
Paul, I guess, taking a... I said a risky strategy, but they're defended by Shio there, so I always call them Salt.
Yeah. Opting to move off of that speed tile, looking to switch in another character there.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting start, I think. That does make sense, that early focus.
Definitely,
I mean, is Malieve now going to have to reshuffle their positions? They're in prime Fire Lance.
I mean, it's still gonna be a little while before that focus ability can be used. So. I mean, in order to get around that, Believe just has to put a couple of characters behind, but it looks like Believe is not gonna care about that.
Doubling down on Sentinel.
Doubling down on Sentinel for now. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I suppose they've got a whole other couple turns to shift back if they want.
Yeah, Warrior can have a turn before the Engineer goes as well. So what's really yeah. Go ahead.
I guess also you don't want to put somebody right behind the Warrior now. It's kind of wasting the health pickup. Maybe you want to
That's true.
do that as late as possible. Actually heal some damage with it.
Yeah, what's really going to tell what Malieve's strategy is whether or not Bolt is going to move at this point. If Bolt doesn't move, then I'm not exactly sure. Like, we're probably just going to stay in this formation. But if Bolt does move, maybe the back tile behind the Warrior, maybe, would be a safe kind of bet. But it's a tough decision. Because if you stay there, you have, you know, Shio doesn't really have a lot of very attractive things going on. But, yep, so we are going to start stacking up, it looks like. And it looks like the warrior can kind of protect Totem for the time being, right up until the last moment.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to get a little bit of damage in there. Some support abilities. Popping off. Getting shocked applied.
Yeah, okay, a thought just occurred to me. You know how delay turn works, where you target your ally and it moves you in behind them?
Yep.
If instead that worked by letting you target an enemy and move you behind an enemy in the turn order, how would that affect things?
Is there a negative thing for just allowing all of it, or?
Oh yeah, I guess that's another option, is just to allow slotting yourself in behind any character.
As long as it pushes you back in the turn order, I don't think it can be super abused, I don't think, so. I say that now, but there's probably going to be some kind of exploit at some point, but I wouldn't mind experimenting with that. That could be an interesting thing to bundle into a patch or something. Just allowing players to go after certain characters, no matter what side of the battlefield they're on.
Yeah, because I mean, something that's always super valuable now is having several of your characters go back to back.
Yes.
Because it allows you to do things which can't be countered so effectively. So if you only let them target the enemy, then I guess it would be harder to arrange your characters like that. But you could also use it to break chains of enemy turns, like back-to-back chains of enemy turns.
Yeah, that's true.
So it might be like a combo breaker. It feels more defensive as opposed to offensive. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder, like, because I like the idea of being able to delay your turn after an opponent's turn because of things like you can be a little bit reactive in terms of, like, say your opponent has a berserker and they move into your row and you want to move out of whatever row that they move into. So you can just, like, all right, I want to take my turn right after theirs, and then if you do that, no matter where they line up for that tunnel vision, you can potentially get out of the way. Obviously, it allows them to take their turn first, and you don't have a stance up, which is not very good in a lot of circumstances. But if what you're worried about is getting comboed to oblivion from tunnel vision and stuff like that, then, you know, that should be a viable strategy. I mean, I'd be willing to try that. So this is kind of the time to do it. So looks like Paul's gonna get off a couple of characters there. It's still like a decent hit off of that Fire Lance. So Paul's spreading out that damage there. Believe looking to try to take out Shio as quickly as possible, it looks like.
Yep, interesting how the damage resolved there. Like, we saw that whole counter before the fire damage to Totem.
Ooh, that's a punish right there. Oh, goodness. That's not going to be fun for a little while, especially since even if Shio does move out of the way of that, that means that the engineer is going to be taking a lot of damage, you know, without, you know, characters having to use a skill or anything like that. Just like a passive 3 damage every round kind of deal. Or 2 in this case. High elemental defense is useful in some circumstances. Gio's kind of in a pickle right now, but they can definitely move into the health pickup. Will help out a lot. Played a little risky there, down to 1 health. Calculated.
Still alive.
Calculated. Paul's manipulating the RNG in the background. opting to not go for that health pickup. Saving that for another character.
I guess resigned their fate. But again, the way they're positioned, someone's going to need to take a turn to take them out.
Yes, that's very true. I mean, that does count for a lot. Oh, you didn't see the health pickup. It needs to be bigger and glowier. It's not blocked for the totem. I can see that.
We could make it 25% bigger and 30% glowier for you.
Here, there you go. Just bump up the wow factor. Yeah, I was gonna say, technically, does that health pickup have a light source attached to it, or is it just in the just there?
Yeah, it's just there.
Probably like attaching some kind of light source to it would help out a little bit, help it pop out from the background.
Okay, you convinced me. Going on the list.
I mean, attaching light sources to a lot of these, like, kind of terrain objects, like the ones that are not like physical objects, you know, like the speed boost thing.
Yeah, I mean the totem has a little light on it there, a little torch. So
yeah, but they also like the totem is like a
pretty
know,
obvious.
It's pretty big. I gotta say, it's pretty big. So hard to miss that, but. It'd be fun for things that are more like, I guess, gamey, so to speak. To have like a little glow to them, to have them pop out of the terrain slightly. It's hard to miss the steam. It's hard to miss the totem. Hard to miss the half cover. Opting to stack up once again. Players being stingy with that health pickup. It does respawn, by the way. Ooh. Getting hit there. Taking a little bit of damage. Some shock damage. Oh yeah, where'd Shio go? Shio did an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just disappeared. You can see Shio down there. But I guess maybe is Shio stuck in like that kind of like focus mode where only the characters that are like interacting with like a stance or something.
So sure. There's something where a passive character on a tile is like faded out. So that's what's happening there, I think.
Okay. Because we've had characters get knocked out on tiles that aren't theirs, but a very ghostly Shio down there.
Yeah, there's some interesting rules as well about movement and positioning with dead characters. So I think the way it works is it will let Bolt stand on that tile, but once they move out, they won't be allowed to move back in.
Yeah, that's true.
The tile will be considered occupied.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of saw Shio like fade back in there.
Yep. And we're back now.
A lot of turns before the engineer gets to move.
Oh man, it's gonna be a little rough. Ooh, off balance too. That's not good news. That's rather unfortunate, though. Oh, Paul, there you go. I mean, if levitation was up, then maybe you'd have a little bit more of a chance there, but unfortunately, yeah, that was it. Wasn't chaotic enough. I mean, believe you and Works could get back to your crazy setups
Yeah, let's see
there.
it.
Come on, let's roll. Number 2. Or cowbell. I'll have to go grab my cowbell.
I mean, that's your department, Paul.
I think my neighbors would not appreciate me getting my cowbell out, so. We're getting fancy putting those dual links into the Twitch chat.
Yeah, I guess why not though, right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I hope you appreciate the work I put into that GIF behind your head as well, Andrew.
It was very nice.
Some...
It is very nice. So, to tell me how you got this nice little you know, sideways thing going there.
Yeah, I had to write some code to
Oh, is this in engine?
Like the composition isn't. So
okay.
I set the scene up, and I had it so I can position the camera, and then like reload different battlegrounds in because you have to exactly match
Oh, okay.
all the framing and stuff, and then it's a matter of like masking the images.
Sure. Yeah.
With some transparency to get that thing. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. So photo mode confirmed for Steamhounds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. We got that stuff's all in there. Like we have camera controls for all the GIFs we have to make.
Very important. We get all the important features out of the way first. Spectator mode, photo mode, all of those things. Stuff that takes big developers years to get in their games, and you have immediately.
Yeah, to be honest, I might spend some time making a better like free camera mode.
Sure,
I think
yeah.
that would be pretty useful. We have some janky behind the scenes set up with a load of obscure like key bindings and stuff to move
Stuff
the camera
that I didn't
around
even
right
know
now.
was in there, so. Okay, it works. We missed a health pickup on the last match, so don't worry. Guess it's our fault. So yeah, we're doing a lot of single player stuff behind the scenes right now. Really hoping to be able to share that eventually. Eventually, when it's ready to be shared, it'll be shared.
Yeah, there are some little peaks of things which are being sneakily included in other places. Like
yeah,
if you look at the announcement post for our streams, like some of the stuff we tweet out, some of those assets are using some stuff that you may see in the campaign, for example. Or yeah, the latest like image for the new patch got some cool like background texture, which is actually I cropped out of a tiny little segment of a screen that Briaric, our artist, did for single player mode.
All right, let's see if both players can get a little bit more mileage out of Totem as of this point.
So Malieve straight in guarding Totem and going for the warrior again.
Opting to stay there. Still getting both sides getting knocked by shock module. I mean, Totem's already taken damage on the leave side, so I'd be surprised. Oh, I am surprised. All right. Works. Looks like they're going to go for that bolt there. Just looking at the characters that could potentially attack Bolt at this point without having too much of an issue, since Bolt isn't being protected by the warrior at all. So as of right now, gonna take some falling debris damage. Probably going to be attacked by Shio.
Yeah, I mean, Bolt doesn't have a way to really get... Well, unless Warrior does something right now, Bolt doesn't really have a way to get protected.
That's true. I mean, there's a couple of things that warrior can do, but switching to a sentinel stance and allowing Bolt to hop in there, or otherwise, yeah, I was going to say...
I mean, they can tank that debris. Okay.
Yeah, probably not
worth
it.
Okay, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that makes sense because that tower with the 1 timer is going to become safe the next turn.
That's true. So looks like all the characters are wide open for targeting right now. Still going to go after Bolt, getting some support damage in there. We're getting a falling debris next round before Bolt can get back into a protective area behind that warrior.
Yep, doing as much as possible before Malieve can slot them into the safe position.
Yep. Yeah, both Bolt and Totem there are kind of like long-term strategy characters, or they do a lot. They'll eventually do a lot of damage over time. Bolt with their status effects and such, and Totem with their stances with their totem definitely make a big difference over time. Oof, does some damage. A little bit in a rough spot there. We'll see what Malieve does to try to make the most out of Bolt before they get knocked out. All right, spreading some shock damage over time there. So that'll do what? If all those characters do attacks on each round, what is that, like 24 damage? Something like that eventually.
Yeah, that could pay off.
It sounds like a lot, but it takes a long time for that stuff to sink in, so...
Is it possible for Bolt to get another turn in?
That would be very difficult. I'm gonna say now? No, it's impossible now.
I wonder if it would have been worth leaving that spot open for Totem, but maybe not. Maybe Warrior's gonna then slot in front of Totem somewhere else. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, the terrain's been a little bit brutal so far, so... Alright, getting down to that turn timer. Made a decision. Got some fatigue down on Shio. Hey, Bolt was able to get in a little bit of extra damage there.
Yeah.
All right, we're back up to Totem. Totem is probably going to need to move out of that zone regardless.
Yep, I guess they need to post themselves up somewhere else with the warrior, but where will that be?
Yeah, unfortunately, that puts them in range of another pressure release there, so a little bit of a rough situation.
Although they get a chance to move again before that can happen. Oh no, Tom was right there. Coming
No,
up. Sorry.
they're done. That initial damage is gonna do it. Looks like Shio is guarding right now, so unfortunately, unless Totem moves out of the way of that pressure release, Lee's gonna have a tough time getting rid of Orcs' Totem there.
Hope the debris is gonna hit them as well, though.
Yeah, that's true. All right, looking to just do the sure thing and take out another character there real quick. All right, we're moving on up. Yeah, it's a tough decision because it looks like Totem could knock themselves out basically with another turn, but sometimes you want to go for the sure thing. Going after that Ranger is not a terrible idea either. Or we can focus up, considering there's only, I think that Warrior can definitely survive 3 rounds, so...
Yeah, a shove or something like that might work out quite well here.
Yeah, that might be the answer. And also definitely move out of the way of that falling debris by the time their turn comes back around. Alright, trying to sneak in a little bit of damage there.
Disallowing the shove there, although
I do
there
see
may
a line
still be a
too.
reason to do it. Yeah.
I also see that line. It's definitely possible. We're starting to see the effects of shock as well here. When health gets tight and you have some stacks of shock on you, it can be kind of a problem, as we see here.
The legacy of Bolt there.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a status effect that stays on you for a long time. Yes. Yes, after the red one. Codename Bolt right there.
Yeah, Bolt's parting gift still.
Yeah. Surprise.
Still
I did something helpful.
Yeah, I guess Malieve would really love to take out that ranger just now, but
yeah, it's a little bit
not
tough
so
there.
easy.
Oh, did you think that was a shove?
Oh no.
I mean, that ranger's got an issue right now too, so actually it might be a little bit closer than you think, Malieve. Gotcha. I mean, we are relatively close. Unfortunately for Malieve, we've got 2 more turns going on here. That's probably gonna be it. Unless... I mean, it's very close. I would say if you had done a shove there and knocked out that ranger, yeah, that would have been a lot. Oh my goodness.
You know, another feature I'd love to have for testing is the ability to, like, roll back and resume playing a battle.
Oh, yeah.
From a previous turn. Like, those situations, we will theorize, like, oh, if I'd have done this, I probably would have won there, but it would be nice to be able to actually do that for real.
Kind of like a sandbox mode kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Pow! Get back there. Yeah, it's still over, but it's about the principle of the thing. Oh my gosh. It would have been pretty close, actually. 16 health. Not bad, not bad.
Definitely close. Cool.
It would have been very close.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that shove would have been pretty helpful, not gonna lie. I know it just feels bad sometimes using like a high damage move on a character. Like, that much overkill seems like a waste, but you know, the utility that you can get from oh, the shove would have bounced into the... Yeah. Ooh, that's true. Next time, I guess. I mean, everyone's pretty rusty. It's been a little while since we've had one of these sessions, so it happens. Don't let that ruin your day. You got this. You can always have yet another rematch with Warwick's there. Maybe on a map that isn't as insane. Yeah, if anybody else wants to go, you can drop a link in there. Drop a challenge. I guess not. Maybe not. I don't know. We got some people in chat, but... What's that supposed to mean, Paul? You can always have a Paul v. Works match here. If you're all up for it. Me? I could do that. I will... Challenge code. Alright. Drop the dual link. Somebody fight me. Free win of the day. I can also post it here. Leave if you want to. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, leave if you want to win. You can always fight me. All right. What are we doing? We're doing insane. All right. I'm cool with this. Man, is this the only insane battlefield? Is this the only one? I was told there was one with acid. Oh, man. Man, what do I even want to do here? I don't even know.
Oh, you're playing, Andrew.
I am playing. There we go.
We're sticking with the crazy, the crazy battlefield. It's kind of fun.
I wanted to see the Gosh, I wanted to see the acid one, but we've rolled into this one every time.
Oh, I believe suggestion of pure random layout would be kind of fun.
That would be very interesting. Oh, you gotta promise not to look at my stream, since we both have Berserker, and the positioning for this is very important. Gotta get that tunnel vision just right. What do I want to do here? Oh, goodness. I don't even know what I want to do. The goal was just to pick the biggest, beefiest characters to hopefully survive the early games falling debris.
Yeah,
that was kind of the goal for the most part there.
Yeah, tankiness can't hurt you.
Yeah, definitely not.
I mean, getting like alpha striked is always an issue, but with debris on top of that, the risk of just totally losing, like not even getting anything meaningful off of the character before they go down is...
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's definitely rough. All right, successively dodged Paul's Berserker. Everything is right in the world. I wonder if Paul could have strategized around that and saw like what tiles on my side were low versus high timers.
Hmm.
And then be like, oh, he definitely doesn't want to be in a low timer zone there. Stop pushing my characters back in the turn order. They're already behind all of yours. Not fair. I mean, that kind of just like changed that turn order though, which is interesting. I wonder. Oh, I'm excited. All right, I think I found something interesting. Oh man, I might be just like one turn off though. That's gonna be a bummer.
Oh no.
We'll see. I'm gonna do it anyway. Out of principle. Wait, what? Wait, what? No. I got pushed back in the turn order after that because it refreshed it. No. I got way pushed back in the turn order now. That's not good. I'm totally screwed. Oh no, this is terrible. What have I done? Oh, that's so rough. What are we doing here? We're gonna deal with it. Wow, I got pushed back really far in the turn order. That is not something that I was planning on. Holy cow. That's really rough. Oh well. We'll deal with it. Wow, I'm just gonna get buffeted pretty soon. It's not very good. I was hoping to line up an armor break on these two lovely characters on the bottom there.
Yeah.
And then also have the falling debris hit them. But I wasn't expecting that at all. That was a little bit rough. I got pushed way too far back in the turn order, and that kind of messed up a bunch of stuff, unfortunately. Man, oh man, that's a bummer. It's all good now, though. It'll be fine. Okay, what am I gonna do?
I mean, you've taken a few hits, but it's pretty spread out. You're looking...
Yeah.
Tank that without too much trouble.
Yeah, we're looking all right here. We're gonna try to cut Paul off here. And his turn order doesn't matter, so he can stay right where he is. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit by a lot of terrain, unfortunately, but this is why I brought tanky characters to this map. So I could take some hits from some stuff and still get off some strategies here. Yeah, I don't think any other character besides Shio could have taken that many hits and still be in like relatively okay shape. I mean, they're still gonna get hit by the back half of pressure release and from the falling debris, but still like relatively okay, thankfully. Yeah, still relatively okay. Not the best in the world, but you know, like
like they might survive till the next turn.
Yeah, my dilemma here is that I would love to do an armor break on these two, but the ranger's gonna become a real big problem pretty soon. So I think I'm just gonna have to do a piercing wit because that's gonna do 9 to 11, and then we're gonna get some stuff in there. Yeah, unfortunately. Please be enough. Yes. Okay. Cool. We're all good now.
But you couldn't risk them using like a field kit or something.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, I've also got lead, unfortunately, so this is going to be a slight problem. What do I even want to do here? I can't move because that's going to be... Well, actually, I have a turn pretty soon, so that's actually not as bad as it looks. They'll get to go 1, 2, 3. I only have to survive that, so yeah, I got to move. Oh, fine. We're going to move, like, over here. Oh, shoot. I pressed the wrong... No, I clicked the wrong one! Oh, no. I ruined it for myself. I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, that's a misclick. Oh, I could have survived. Plan ruined. Oh, actually, I'm fine. Paul was kind enough to not kill me there, so... Unless it was already calculated by Paul that he couldn't knock me out, which that might also have been the case.
Yeah, that totem there, though, that's...
That totem poses a problem, but I should be able to deal...
Especially now we're a bit later in the game, like,
Yep.
Totem's turns are coming pretty thick and fast, like there's 2 turns
Yeah. Yes.
right next to each other there.
It's definitely a little bit of an issue, but you know, I've got plenty of health on here, so actually no, we gotta start doing it as soon as possible. And we have to move. Actually, yeah, that should be fine.
Paul misclicked, apparently. So all
We
these
both-
misclick.
We both misclicked. I don't know. We both got too excited about what we were doing. Both got way too excited. It's okay. There's still sweet justice that will happen here.
On the plus side for you, Paul has gifted you an open tile, it looks like.
Well, Paul also gifted me this, so I'll take it. You lied about the misclick. Oh man. Malieve has ideas. Lay it on us, please.
Huh. That's interesting. One thing I think we considered before is a character who had an ability which could, like, say, move everyone
Shift everyone
in a certain direction. Like, what's that game? 2048? 1024?
Oh, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Kind of like that kind of mechanic. Could be
Yep,
interesting.
Yeah.
Like a strong wind, that could work, right? So there's a gust and everyone gets shifted in a certain direction.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we have Malieve, it's funny that you say that swaps health percentage between units. I believe way back at some point there was a character concept for a focus move that, like, averaged out all of the health between your characters. It doesn't heal anybody, but, like, I mean, technically I guess it does, but, like, it helps sometimes because one of your characters could be down to, like, really low health, and if you just average out all the health for your characters, it, like, brings them back up to a decent amount. It's actually not, like, a really terrible thing. Is it possible for me to survive a trade blows here? You know, just because I'm very curious, I want to see what happens. I'm very, very curious whether or not he could survive this, because he does have last one standing. That's 10. Okay. Yeah.
So actually, trade blows used to work where they would actually hit you first and it would be dependent on their stats.
Yeah.
I think it's changed now to just be like a straight thing. And I think that's ultimately going to become is more like an overheat kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Makes
we're probably going to ditch the idea of them, like, hitting you first, because it used to be really complicated. Like, the damage you dealt would be based on how much they did to you. And it got kind of messy and hard to predict. So I think we simplified that.
Also, I get to get rid of my goofy boxing ring bell that I put in there for trading blows.
Overclock punch, yeah, it's a cool name for it. Yeah, the boxing.
It was. I'm like, what can I possibly do for Trading Blows that makes it like thematic and like interesting, you know, and over the top? I'm like, oh, okay, sure, why not? Because they do kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots it out, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, it makes a little bit more sense for, you know, like an overheat kind of thing, which should have
Okay.
a pretty interesting animation, by the way, for dear viewers. Um,
Oh yeah, it's very cool.
yes, because it's like, how do you make a move that like allows the berserker to attack someone no matter what? Basically, it's like, oh, that's a way you can do it. Excited to show that one off eventually.
Darkness. Oh, that's interesting. Like fog of war kind of thing. Yeah. Oh.
It's just like fog all over the bottom tiles, basically. You can't see what's on the tiles until you step on them for the first time, and it like dissipates the fog.
Oh,
Like,
that's
oops.
interesting. You know what? Since you played, I think I'm gonna jump in for a game here.
Ooh, okay.
Just
Who would like to play?
steam the snakes around the stage. That could be cool. We do have some rolling fog also
Yeah.
in the works. Well, for a as yet unreleased, unannounced stage.
Unannounced
It has
stage.
it has some rolling fog going on. Yeah, cool. Whoever want to leave, want to
Yeah.
grab this.
Now that Malieve's off tilt, I can fight Jason.
We both immediately went for the insane. It seems like that's the theme today. Hmm. It's debris again. I feel like I need to double check. Maybe
Yeah,
after the
I
stream
was
that
gonna
the
say
acid is still.
we need acid in here.
I mean, I can make that happen if we want to force it.
I feel like we've done like all debris today. I feel like acid we should force acid here.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yep. Let me just
And generate a new one.
hack into the server here.
Hack into my own mainframe.
Password is Steel Colossus.
Yeah. Shh, you're giving away single player secrets, Jason.
Okay, I believe now. Should be good to go.
With all this talk of Steel Colossus, I feel like we should get some kind of actual Steel Colossus in the game somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking of those like really ridiculous boss fights in some like JRPGs where you're just like all you can see is the opponent's feet because they're so big. You're just like hacking away.
Yeah.
All you have to do is model the shoes and you're good.
There we go.
All right.
It really did just randomly pick that same one.
That is
many times.
absolutely wild. All right,
Okay,
you're both in now.
It's elemental damage. Yep.
Whoop. What just happened on my screen? Everything is white on the stream. Something weird happened. I don't know what happened there.
Did the game crash on you there?
Nope, it's fine. What is happening? Don't worry. What just happened? Nope, it's still white. I'm gonna switch some stuff over.
She's got engineer. I was hoping that would not be on the cards. Okay.
I don't know what just happened, but we're back. So I had to switch the window capture source in OBS back and forth, and it seems to have fixed it. So that's fine, I guess.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
No, not that anybody does. I mean, like, one strategy is to, like, pick, like, high elemental resistance characters, and then that can help, but...
Okay, good luck, Malieve.
Oh, Jason, you just went right for the Berserker there, who has famously low elemental defense. This is gonna be scary. Oh boy, Malieve bringing the pain early. Very early. Like 25 damage from the get-go, from a non-focus ability, from a stance even. That's crazy. Go again and again. Is this like an all-out blitz on the Berserker? Is this what we're trying to do, Malieve? Stack up as much elemental damage as possible, yeah. 9 damage, oof. That's so much damage. Oh, here we go. Getting some damage in from that Berserker early.
I'm doing something.
I mean, it's definitely... You just knocked out 50% of the health for Totem there, so... Totem takes a lot of turns as well, so that poison is kind of a problem. But yeah, knocking out that Berserker pretty early is useful for Malieve, since, you know, with all the tunnel vision kind of stuff going on there, definitely rack up a lot of damage without even taking a turn. So
No, I'm poisoned. Yeah, as soon as I saw engineer on Malieve's side, I knew I couldn't remain unpoisoned for long.
it was worth a shot. Trying to get a little bit more defensive stats on that totem there, but oh, that's rough. All right. Interesting. See where we're going here. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage. That's crazy. Looks like that's gonna do it for Totem there, but the Berserker isn't far behind.
Nope. I mean, I'm not expecting Berserker to survive, but I want to make Malieve work for the kill at least.
The interesting thing is, no matter what, Maliv is going to be able to get pulled in by the arm hook there back into the row with a Berserker tunnel visioned up. So kind of a rough situation at this point.
Yeah, although I don't think tunnel vision will trigger on the flying engineer.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was talking about like the chemist being like if the
Okay.
chemist moved out of the way for tunnel vision, it wouldn't matter because they would just be able to get pulled back in. To be honest. Broken defense, getting a little bit of extra damage in there. Yeah, it's a shame that Totem got taken out so early. Berserker would have been pretty close to done by now, probably. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
I needed that. I needed that tunnel vision attack. I was wondering if Millie would move their own chemist, but I think that makes way more sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I... 5 damage. No. Berserker's dead, right? There's no point using delay turn.
I think it does 7 damage to you, so yeah.
Yeah.
Because delay turn would have you take another hit from poison as well, so... Okay, I see how this is going.
Yeah.
That chemist is in a rough spot now, unfortunately, without being able to heal up. Vigor it is. Okay, switching on over, trying to survive the next couple of rounds there of poison. Alright, what's it gonna be? Yeah, kind of in a tough spot right now. Both the characters on your side, Jason, are probably a little bit more healthy than Maliv would want at this point.
Yeah. Return fire is going to sting, but I have to go for it.
Well, it's gonna be close to whether or not Maliv is gonna survive this one, huh? Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, that I knew that was gonna happen. That was so close.
I was so sure they'd be
It was
done.
so close. The real question is, what do they do now? I mean, there's a couple of options, but... basically, like, cash in now, or try to, like, hang on for a long time, basically. I don't even know if cashing in now would that work? An interesting one. Okay, actually. That's not something that I expected. Wonder if that changes the math on anything. Does this mean that the engineer can levitate it almost indefinitely? Okay, okay. Woohoo!
Oh,
Wow, alright. This is gonna be an interesting one. Can Malieve actually pull this one off? I'm starting to lean towards Malieve on this one, Jason.
where's your loyalty, Andrew?
You know, I just don't. I mean, what's your game plan as of right now?
Not say anything that might leak my intent to it. So I was thinking maybe if Malieve had arm hooked the engineer to negate the return fire, that might have been worth doing.
Yep.
But you know what? Yeah, what can I do here? I mean, focus.
Focus. Okay, okay. Yeah, that'll
That'll do.
I think that might do it. Oh, look at that swag strat.
GG. That was interesting. I really thought I had that like maybe 2/3 of the way through, but in part there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely one of those examples of you know, figuring out what your ordering is going to be for who's going to be up last, essentially.
The heal and the clutch, the healing aura as well.
Yeah, the heal
just great for you.
The heal wasn't a line that I was looking at. I was looking at like, oh, do we try to heal self? Like, do we heal the chemists themselves, or do we try to cash in with a flame flask? Like, or like I didn't even think about, you know, like just going for trying to keep the engineer as healthy as possible. So that really helped out immensely. So yeah, I don't know if there was another line that could have possibly pulled Malieve ahead, but that was the one. So with that one extra health from the stance.
Yeah, GG. That was a good one.
That was definitely good. All right, cool. Oh, he wasn't poisoned either? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that was insane.
Right. Warwick's you around? Do you want to do maybe a last battle of the evening? Yeah, the NG became terrifying.
Yeah, it's just like it's funny because the later on in the game that you're able to do that heal over time from the chemist, the better it is, because you know, if you do it early on, like it happens at the start of that whatever character's turn that you put the heal on. So when there's a lot of characters around, it's not that great because it doesn't, you know, it takes forever to get all that health. But if you're down to like a 1v1 situation, you're gaining 7 health around. Like that's hard to keep up with. So
yeah, like dropping the healing patch like just before you get taken out is a pretty nice way
totally.
to go.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we looking at all Morix maybe?
Yeah, Paul, do you want to get in one last round there? All right.
Yeah, I totally like underestimated the engineer. I wasn't really seeing them as a threat.
It's a problem when you know, if you're a warrior and you have no range attacks. So it's a problem if you're a warrior and you have no range attacks and the engineer actually has a big chunk of health at the end. That's when it starts to become a real problem. So I think that, like, the big thing is the engineer also has to have a large amount of health for it to work. So
Yeah, or like a couple turns of recovery patch in the bank, so they're just healing up
yeah,
every
pretty
turn.
much. Because I was trying to think of like, oh, can the warrior just kind of like, you know, sentinel stance up and
So if you choose the insane set now, then it will be corrosion again because I kind of
yeah.
hacked that in. So we'll see. I don't know if you guys want to play that one or I don't know, more traditional. It's kind of fun to be honest. Like with only the one tile open from corrosion, it's pretty hopeless trying to shake the poison.
Yeah. I mean, it only really helps in the very beginning where you start your turn on that, so you're not like immediately poisoned. So I mean, you can save yourself 5 health, but in the end, everyone's gonna eventually get poisoned. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm always excited to get more terrain in there, more different stuff. So should be interesting once we start adding a few more. Is it possible to do like a completely random thing that gets generated, like like a true random generator for these?
Yeah, I
maps?
mean, I did that on one of the coding streams. Basically, I made the logic for that, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
we could implement that. Maybe
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, that could be fun actually.
I'm just like seeing like
So the acid
yeah.
stays there. So if you're in the tile with the acid, then you're poisoned, and then when you leave the tile, you stay poisoned for 2 turns.
Yep.
So everyone's pretty much poisoned pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying there about the random?
No, I was saying like if it's completely random, I wonder if did you look for like I don't know, broken kind of combinations in terms of like having too many F cover tiles get spawned or something like that, and there's like not enough. Like, like, can they overlap, or do you count that as something that like, so it has to have an open tile?
So what we did on the coding stream is it stopped things from overlapping, basically. So
Gotcha.
half cover would kind of be like a 2x1 thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we could maybe put something like that in place. So I'm hoping to get the coding stream started hopefully next week.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I planned to do one just before Christmas, but the whole UK lockdown kind of messed around with plans, so that didn't quite happen.
Okay.
But next week, hopefully next Friday, I should be able to get back on track with those. So we'd planned to make like a snowflake generator, but maybe the time has passed. Although having said that, looking out my window,
I still got like 2 months of snow. Jason,
yeah, if it snows next week, then I'll maybe I'll do that still.
I still have to draft up that the emboss filter thing that we were talking about at one point for the avatars. I think to make like a whatchamacallit. Yeah, like avatars for characters and or players and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. You had mentioned doing some image processing stuff, right?
Yep. Still gonna mock that up though, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, got an early totem, pushing people back in the turn order. Oof, that's punishing actually. That's 2 rounds. 2 rounds back, basically, for Paul's engineer.
I mean, it's less poison procs, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, there are definitely pros to that. There are pros and cons.
I do really love Return Fire, actually. I feel like it...
It does a lot of damage, actually. Like a surprising amount of damage.
just made the engineer a bit more fierce.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's also obviously kind of entirely passive, right, or reactive, which is interesting. It kind of doesn't, somehow it doesn't break the character, even though it's in a way quite a powerful pseudo offensive ability.
All right, Paul biding his time there.
Biding his time, and that's kind of the one thing you don't have.
Yeah,
on this layout.
That poison's gonna start to become a problem. Ooh. Yeah, since we get the levitate going on right now, that tunnel vision doesn't proc. Because otherwise that tunnel vision would have procced if the levitate wasn't happening. Yep, the stance is still active, even though they are being like targeted by an ability, so...
It's visually kind of weird as well, like when you drag the engineer around, he like snaps down to the ground for a second. So there's definitely some funkiness with the animations that need to be fixed there.
Just think about it this way, Warwick. It's a blessing in disguise because your Berserker didn't start the round with poison because of that. They're poisoned now, but they would have taken 5 damage before. Although if they were able to get that tunnel vision in, I think Paul's engineer would have been done by now, so. Because they're going to take some poison damage and some that pressure release. Oh boy. Nope, they're already done. It's over.
Yeah, that's perfectly efficient.
Yes, yeah, those numbers just stacked up correctly. Alright, engineer down.
Engineer death.
There's still there's 2 characters on Warwick's side that have taken a little bit of damage though. That poison will start to rack up as well, so. Alright, warriors up. Let's see who we're going to start messing around with here. Probably that engineer. Oh, we got Totem as well. Bolt comes in for a little bit of help as well. 10 health there, so they're going to take a decent amount of damage from the poison at the start of the round there. And if they do an offensive move, they're going to take a little bit of damage as well. I can see what stance we've got going on here. We've got a stun module on, so their elemental defense is up, so they'll take a little bit less damage from the poison, probably. Trying to chip through that warrior, which is going to be extra helpful for the Berserker. Lowering that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hanging on by a thread. 3 health there. But that shock damage prevented them from getting off an offensive ability, so... Oof. Get down a pressure release, though, so...
Yeah. Looking fairly even right now.
Fairly, yeah. Especially with the turn order, everything is like fairly well shuffled up as well, so nobody has 2 in a row as of right now.
I wonder is what's he going to end up with the engineer against warrior kind of situation.
Yeah, we might get a situation like that. Might actually have Bolt versus Engineer, but I'm not sure at this point. That's a tough one. Gonna be a little bit rough because of that tunnel vision is active, and there is little Paul can do about that at this point. All right, Paul's gonna have to make a decision pretty soon, and he does, going after that Berserker. Gets a little shocking strike in there. Decides to stay where he is. Engineer is now up.
Engineer's health doesn't look too bad, but you have to remind yourself that's only 30 HP still.
Yeah.
That can be drained.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, especially with their physical defense stat is not too great, so that warrior can sometimes chop through that pretty quick. Alright, we got him pinned in there. Oof. Get a little extra damage in on there. And when that Berserker takes their next turn, they're pretty much done.
Yeah, Pin was a good choice. I was thinking of Arm Hook as the option, but yeah, you kind of forget that Pinned is actually a ranged damage dealing attack as well.
Alright, we've got the Engineer up, and it is down to a 1v1 between the Engineer and Bolt.
Okay, so Engineer is going to be able to shake the poison, ultimately.
Yes.
And maybe that means they will out-tank Bolt here.
Yeah, it depends on how many rounds this goes to. Hitting Bolt down. And choosing to levitate after that. Looks like Warwick's is going to look to use a combination of Pin and levitate to keep Bolt where they are, essentially. Kind of just outlast them, I guess.
Yeah, does Bolt have options?
I got what Bolt's got here.
I mean, there is Autis's shot cannon there, but
yeah,
the ongoing passive damage to Bolt is going to take them out, even without the Engineer triggering that.
Yeah, I believe so. It's kind of a... Yep. Oop. Oh my goodness.
Oof.
I mean, overall, that's pretty worth it. Because poison happens. Plus one, though. Very close.
Yeah, Engineer MVP of the day, has to be said.
Yeah, definitely. You know, pulling a lot of mileage on that Engineer from Return Fire, so...
That was close. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Definitely some interesting battles today.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot of shenanigans as well with the battlefields. But it's good to kind of go into those crazy ones to see like how far you can push a strategy in very like unique circumstances. So,
Mm.
because everyone had their own little strategies for those. Whether or not that's going to be area manipulation, area like with the engineer pulling people around, whether that's area control with totem, whether that it's just my strategy of having just big beefy characters and then not caring, like like there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. So not insane enough. What is more insane than what we've got right now?
Waves and gusts of wind, apparently.
Or the terrain changes every round. It's randomized. All the terrain is like it's just like changes from under your feet, basically. Yeah, throw a tornado in that moves around all the characters real quick. Randomizes their positions.
Rotates the battlefield 90
Oh
degrees.
no, let's not. All of a sudden it's chess. It's it doesn't do anything mechanically. It just looks different. Oh man. All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it for today. Good seeing you all come out here.
Mm-hmm.
Steadfast, the stalwarts. Believe in Warwick's MVPs.
As always, yeah. It's nice to start getting back into it in the new year.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's swap model. Oh, jeez. Add quick time events to the combat rounds. Ooh, we got another. Yeah, let's go raid.
Let's
You do that.
Okay. I'm gonna do it now. Okay, thanks everyone.
Right,
I'm not gonna spam you our links because you have them already.
Yeah, you have them already.
There we go.
All right, see y'all later. We got 5 raiders this time.
See ya. Bye bye. Let's go.